So we will talk about it. Pay attention. You have a number of thoughts, and they all are belongs to the delusion or a deluded thought. Then you are suffering. Why you are suffering? Because your mind claims deluded thoughts are the right thoughts. That is the first stage of the mind. Second stage of the mind, you have a continuous nature of deluded thinking, but you have a doubt over your anxiety, you have a doubt over your reaction, you have a doubt over your deluded thought process. So if you don't have a doubt, you don't have a choice. If you don't have a choice, then the mind claims the deluded thinking is the right thinking. Oh, there is a water in the mirage. So now you see that you don't have any doubt. So you take it for granted. Oh, there is a water, so let me rush there. So when I rush there, I feel thirsty. I don't have any doubt, oh, there is no water here, maybe somewhere else. I love you. So it is another example. I love you. So it is because of the attachment, because the love is within me. So that attachment is claimed as love, which is a delusion. So this millennials he said to me that she is very cute and beautiful. They communicated for a couple of days, very good. That too is good. But ultimately, he invited her for a lunch. They both went, and this guy was constantly having those deluded thinking. And he was totally obsessed with that. Second example, the same thing that happens in your study, that may happen with your sleep. So the very lowest level of the mind has a deluded thinking claimed as the right thinking. But mind can move, and the person suffering, you are still suffering, but now you have a doubtful thinking. Third stage of the mind is that you are still suffering, it is less, you recognize your mistakes, that is what happened. You recognize the mistake, I want to live alone, and that is why I responded you. Okay, find out, check everything. So in the third stage, we recognize the mistake. When you recognize the mistakes of your anxiety, reaction, duality, and a conflict, your mind does not invite the deluded thinking. You feel a sense of humility. What should I do? What should I do? That state of the humility where you practice Mangalacharan and it changes your mind. Why? Because you feel the sense of helplessness. No, mind. I'm not going to those deluded thoughts. Let me find the solution beyond, out of this impulsive nature of the mind. Then what happens? There the Mangalacharan comes, and Mangalacharan continues to help you. What happens after that? So when you are practicing Mangalacharan daily, so you have a choice. Oh, peace is my nature, and now I have a deluded thinking. I'm into anxiety, that is one experience, and at the same time, peace is also my essential nature, that is another thought process. And then what happens? You follow that Mangalacharan. Now the mind is clear, you become a seeker, and when we become a seeker, we choose what we choose. We choose Shreyas, another Sanskrit word. What is Shreyas? Shreyas means what is right, what is good, what is proper in my life. What is right, what is good, what is proper. Not only to me, but for everyone. Should I be attached? Attachment, obviously, it is not applicable in all the situations, in all the relationship. Attachment causes the delusion, so it is not right, it is not good, it is not proper. So the mind continues to work. It starts working on what is right, good, and proper. The moment your mind starts working on what is right, good, and proper, I'll explain you in detail later, it is known as the Shreyas. How can you have an anxiety when you have perceived what is right, good, and proper? In a nutshell, this is what in 5 or 6 stages. So let us go little deeper. The first stage, that I am deluded. How do I know? When there is an anxiety, there is an anger, there is a reaction, there is a stress, there is a fear, there is a tiredness, it is a deluded thinking. So I should be able to recognize that, this is because of this. So you can also, I can change the expression. It is an overstimulated achiever in your generation. What I think, what my mind thinks, the world must change for me to feel okay. World outside must change for me to be okay. It is not possible. But my mind says it is possible, so I start working on it. But why my mind says that it is possible? A deluded belief that happiness, peace, love, and wisdom comes from the world, of people, situations. They should behave in a particular way. They should respond to me the way I like, and that. So I have to keep in mind the first step in the journey. The moment I have the symptoms of tiredness, fatigue, anxiety, reaction, duality, anger, hesitation, anything that is negative, it is deluded thinking. I have to warn myself. Why it happens? Because I claim the deluded thinking is the right thinking. So when my mind has already accepted that it is the right thinking, then I will continue to suffer. And that is why sometimes we fall into sleep, even in meditation, we become unconscious. So in the first step, I have to recognize, I have to identify. Mind why you are searching peace and happiness outside. So the moment we recognize, we move to the second stage. If you don't recognize in this way, then your mind continues to react and behave in the same way. So even if you are practicing meditation for 10 years, it is the same thing, because you did not recognize. Deluded thinking is still working. Are you getting it? We are going little deeper. So the second stage is a restless doubter. It is rest. I have restlessness, I have an anxiety, but at the same time, my mind has a doubt. How dare anxiety you came to me? How dare laziness come to me? Maybe there is another way. Maybe there is another way. When the mind do not have this thought, there is another way. You continue to remain in the first stage of the mind. Deluded thinking takes over you. The mind is the master of you. You do not become the master. So doubt in the second stage, doubt is a crack in the false structure of identity. It is a sign of maturity, not failure. Okay, I have an anxiety, okay, but how come I have an anxiety? I have a sleepiness. How come I have it? It is a deluded thinking. So, what is that deluded thinking that caused me this anxiety? You raise a doubt. You think of it. The moment you think you have a doubt, the moment you think you have a doubt, then because of the doubt means that there are options. Doubt simply means that there are options. In the stage 3, you say, your mind says, oh, I can see my pattern now. My pattern, habitual pattern, impulsive pattern. Okay, that is how I entered into anxiety. I reflected a bit on when your mind was little bit confused what to say to your roommate. No, you should be very clear, whatever you say. If it is not right, good and proper, you will continue to have a doubt, and doubt will take you to the deluded thinking. No way. Be very clear. Be humble, be very clear. Huh? Both are possible. Be humble, but be clear. Be clear in where? In my head. Oh, I have to do a lot of things, and I thought that I should, if I am living alone, my mind is saying that I'll be more creative, whatever you think in this way. You rehearse, you think in that way, and then you should be clear. So when you are right, proper, and good thought, you don't have any fear. But if it is not right, good, and proper, then you'll have a fear. So you are already into anxiety because of her presence. You will be in anxiety after her absence. Why to create that sense of doubt and confusion? I should be very clear. Very clear. Sometimes people may feel bad about it, but after that everything is clear. Tell your friend, oh, I should be straight, blunt, even if you feel bad about it, but you should not feel bad about it. You have your preferences, you have your choices, so I have my own choices. That is why I am talking to you. And then you start. So in the third stage, the mind, the mirror holder, you begin to clearly see in the third stage how your ego, your impulsive nature, your fear, your conditioning shaped your thought process, and you recognize the mistake. You recognize, oh, my mind is making the mistake, that is causing me the anxiety. Reaction, duality, and a conflict. If I'm not right, proper, and good to you while coaching, so I'll have doubt in my head, and because of that doubt, I will have a different expression. You may notice, you may not notice, but then I am suffering. I am suffering. So in the stage 4, because you recognize your mistake, and then you say, what is the solution? And I cannot find the solution from the same thought process. Ultimately, I have the same thought processes going on. But now I keep it aside, all the thought process. I don't know what will work anymore. So my ego drops. No, let me take the help, let me take the support, and there comes the Eastern wisdom, which helps us. So what happens in the fifth stage? I'm changing the word. In the fifth stage, you become a conscious seeker. No, I have to discover first who really I am. Is there any need to be upset, being impulsive, deviate, to have a deluded thought while taking an action? Answer is no. I don't need that. Let me be very clear. I should be humble, I should be soft and gentle, but still I can be a conscious seeker. When you are a conscious seeker, you recognize the sixth stage, that in the fifth stage only, if you practice Mangalacharan, for example, you start with the Mangalacharan, you are already comfortable and carefree, and now you are repeating Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. It is also a thought. Let there be happiness for all. And the mind jumps in. I am already into anxiety. You are talking of the happiness for all. First stage. Stage number one. Mind is already dictating you. And you throw a thought in your mind, okay, may there be happiness for all. You have already thrown the thought. But if you are aware, at that moment I have one thought, I am in anxiety. You have the second thought, that may there be happiness for all. You move to the third. If the happiness is my essential nature, you move to the third. If. You still say if, because you want to prove it to yourself. If the happiness, everyone is seeking happiness. Now you see, this thought process belongs to the Eastern wisdom. So you already moved into the fourth level. Oh, happiness everywhere. May there be happiness for all. Why? Why we have a crime and the violence and anxiety and duality and a conflict in the individual social life? It is because I am seeking happiness. Okay, then it means I have to find where the happiness is. Then you move into the fifth stage. Oh, let me find out happiness. Let me not destroy my anxiety. Let me find happiness. Let me not destroy the darkness. Are you getting it? Let me not destroy the darkness. Let me switch on the light. Are you getting it? I switched on the light. There is already an awareness, conscious. I am a conscious seeker. You switched on the light, and now your mind is still thinking, let me collect the darkness into my garbage bag and throw it out. What? You already switched on the light. Darkness is no more. But your mind in delusion keeps on thinking, let me put anxiety into a bag and throw it out. No. No. It is not required. You are already there. Why it happens? Impulsive nature, habitual nature, unconscious mind, subconscious mind, obsessed mind, attached mind. I'm totally attached. I'm obsessed. And I don't see there is a light. Come on, there is already a light. That is the practice of Mangalacharan. So So you are doing the practice, and during the practice, the impulsive thought takes over. You stop all the practice. No, let me tackle this impulsive thought first. Why you have come? I have a doubt over you. What is the problem of the human mind? Biggest problem, biggest drawback. Animals are working instinctively and habitually. It is programmed by the nature controls them. But what happens to us? We borrowed certain properties from the animal mind. What is that? The moment anybody says this beer guy is the crazy guy, don't go to him, you will believe instantly. And if someone says, he is the most wonderful guy, he is the best guy I have ever met, your mind will say, oh, this guy must have something to do with this guy. He must have some selfish interest. You doubt what is good. We doubt what is good, what is right, and what is proper. That is the ill in the modern world. We believe instantly if there is something is happening to me, there is a pain and there is an anxiety, there is a reaction. No, I'm into it. Come on, why don't you raise a doubt about it? If you raise a doubt, you have an option. You can make a choice and you can take care of it. So in the stage number 1, you are driven by the impulsive nature, so you have a deluded thinking. You don't have any point of ray of light or a hope. No, I'm into anxiety. What should I do? Let me lie down. No, I'm feeling tired. Let me sleep. Second level, cracking. You crack it. So you crack it, so you have a doubt. You have a doubt whatever you believe in because of the deluded thoughts. In the third level, you can say it is kind of a mixed. But I have a doubt. So sometimes the mind falls down into the same symptoms. It falls into sleep, and sometimes it maintains an wakefulness. No. That is not true. In the fourth stage, you recognize there is a mistake. Why? Mind keeps on offering me the deluded thoughts. That is a great mistake. So you are aware and alert. You don't allow it. Tiredness, you don't allow that thought. You don't allow that thought. Even if you have a perception of and the experience of the tiredness. You have an experience of mirage water. It is not true. So not all our experiences are real. Blueness of the sky, it is not real. But still I experience it. Even after knowing there is no blueness, I still experience it. I experience the earth is stationary, but earth is moving. And everyone experiences when you are driving on a highway, you experience the highway is running behind you. But it is not. Have you not seen it? Oh, the trees are moving, the scenes are... It is not. It is my experience. So I have a doubt, my experiences may not be right. The moment you say you introduce Sarvesham, Swasthir, in any situation, whether you feel tired or anxiety or reaction or duality or a conflict, another series of the thoughts from the Mangalacharan provided to your mind the moment you started, we become a seeker. We become a seeker. So, never leave the practice. The morning you wake up, first thing I wake up in the morning, normally people say, oh, it was a bad morning. What bad morning? What it has to do with a bad morning? What it has to do with a bad to the sun? Sun still rises in the same way. Sun will set in the same way. Where is the bad morning? It is my stage number 1 of the mind. But how it comes? If I don't have a doubt, it will never come. I'm already obsessed with it. So when I have a doubt, then I recognize, oh, I recognize mistake. And when I recognize the mistake, I give an opportunity to the mind to other thoughts. And when I give an opportunity, so Master says, here comes the Mangalacharan. Here comes, that is what you have written. Yes, sometime today I found the sacred space. Yes, it is already there. I have to discover it. I have not to create it. By Mangalacharan, I am uncovering, I am removing the curtain. The sun is already behind the curtain. That understanding, that thought process, if it is with you, then you will take a leap into this journey of the Eastern wisdom. They are very simple principles, but still, we need a common sense. I'm into anxiety, common sense. Okay, anxiety. I am in anxiety. There is another way. I am in anxiety, yes. Before that, I was in peace, yes. Yesterday, I was fatigued. Fourth day, I was relaxed. Oh, so this I kept on changing. I kept on changing. How the I can change? I cannot. I has to be constant. If I is constant, then I recognize yesterday I had that experience, today I have this experience. If I is also changing, I was upset yesterday and today I don't remember it. Because now there is a new I. I has to be constant. That's a little higher principle, we'll talk about it. So this is what happens when the overstimulated achiever, then you move into the restless doubter, then you move into the mirror holder. I can see my pattern now. Oh, these are the patterns of the thoughts, and when it reaches to a saturation point, I feel tired, I feel anxious, I feel a kind of a reaction, I feel upset. Oh, it is because of the process of the thought. Can I change the thought process? Yes. You have a doubt. Then you recognize the mistake. Why I've been thinking like this? Can I change my thought process? Yes. Let me change the thought process and see what happens. What happens will be the best. Then you move into, then Eastern wisdom comes when you are ready. You recognize the mistake and you feel, what should I do? I will not invite any other thought from the past. Mangalacharan. Let there be happiness. Are you not calm now? Yes, I'm calm now, but I don't recognize it. There is another problem in the modern age. We always recognize our feeling of tiredness and anxiety and duality and conflict, but we fail to recognize I am calm and relaxed. I have no chance. Deluded mind never gives you a chance to recognize, think, feel. Are you not calm now? Yes. Are you not calm? Are you upset? You're not upset, obviously, so I'm calm. I don't recognize it. I instantly recognize my anxiety and my fatigue and my tiredness. So I move into the first stage of the mind. Come on, I'm relaxed, so let me recognize consciously that I'm relaxed. I'm calm. I'm calm, yes. I'm relaxed, yes. Yes, I'm relaxed and I'm calm. So when you recognize this, then what happens? Recognition means not only I doubted my anxiety and fatigueness, I recognized my mistake and I started the journey. My mind enters within. That is the meaning. My mind changes the direction, it moves within. The moment the mind moves within, you have already started the journey. You have switched on the light. Only a recognition is required. That is why Mangalacharan, it is made up of two syllables. Mangal means auspiciousness. Entire existence is auspicious. Iran is one part of the earth and Israel is another part of the earth. It is the same earth. What is deluded thinking? I limit myself. So Israel limited itself to a particular area of the same earth. Iran did also the same thing. And that is why they are fighting. Go deep inside, it is the same earth. Can Iran say that Israel, take away your country to another planet? That is what happens in deluded thinking. Are you getting? Same thing. Same thing applies to Russia and Ukraine. But behind, it is the same earth. But what happens, that we will talk, when we create a big ego, we get obsessed with that limitation, then we start fighting. Not only at the individual level, the war starts, but also at the country level. So the Mangal is sacred. It is sacred. Earth, the entire earth is sacred. It is full of auspiciousness. I have to recognize it. So in the second syllable, charan, acharan means my behavior and attitude follows the auspiciousness. My behavior and attitude does not follow the deluded thinking. That is the conclusion. Are you getting it? I'm trying to make it simple, so once you will write, we will do it. Close your eyes. So let us, with that thought process, we will move into another practice. So what is the practice? Practice is Mangalacharan practice. Eyes are closed and place position and place position and posture. Check if the mind. First check if the mind is wandering to deluded thoughts and feelings. If it is not, then become aware. Then it is easy for you to become aware of the place. Place, how do you know that you are sitting at a particular place? Because of the sensation in relationship to the body. Body touches the surface of the chair or the couch or wherever you are sitting. With the cloth, the contact gives the sense of the touch. You're changing the entire perspective of the mind. That is what it is. You change the mind or move from the deluded thinking to the right, good, and proper thinking. I'm giving you the instructions in the thought process. So what happens? What is the deluded thinking? You are sitting before your professor and you feel a sense of anxiety. Why? You got it. Same thing with the place and position and the posture, the position of the body. Does the position and the posture cause you upset, anxiety? No, not at all. I have to recognize it. So when I recognize it, you are not at all upset with anyone. You are with yourself. I believe you got it. So it means from the very first step, we are vigilant. We are aware and attentive. Let us move to the second step, being comfortable. Can you remind being comfortable? Simple reminder. What is that reminder? That sensation in stillness belongs to the experience of the body, but the comfort is deep within, even beyond the mind. How can you say? So how can you say? So when we start thinking and doing this step, let us see that. First thing, you look at the neck joint. So you are looking at the neck joint means what? Means what? You are not looking or feeling any sense of anxiety. But why? But why? Change of direction of the mind. Change of direction of the mind. Oh, when I'm looking at the neck joint, it simply changes the direction of the mind. Answer is yes. The mind is not looking outside. For anxiety, there has to be an object. That is what you have written. The summary. A thought is equal to an object, thought of an object, plus I-ness, plus consciousness. So here, what is an object? I'm looking at the neck joint. The neck joint is an object. Knowledge of an object, is it clear? Yes. I-ness is clear. Consciousness is clear. And the result is sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Steadiness of the body, sensation in the body, and comfort comes from deep within. Why I say the comfort from deep within? If the comfort is the property of the mind, then my mind will never be upset. Never be upset or anxious. So that is why it is coming from deep beyond the mind. And if you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness, what a beautiful state. We're actually treating the path of the Eastern wisdom. It's all a matter of your awareness. So now we move to the being carefree. In the carefree, it is the change of direction plus a recognition. The recognition of the two, the knower and the known. That is what is our being carefree. So let us go a little deeper into it. So you see, what I'm thinking means that I'm giving you the instruction. What is the instruction? It's the thought process. I believe you are getting the picking up the right point. So being carefree. So I said, look within or inside your forehead. See the space or see the darkness. Both are okay, whether you see the space. Now, in that space or on that space, on that darkness, we find a thought jumps or a feeling jumps there. Feeling jumps there. Then I say, now I know thought is there. It is okay. No worries. Just let. And then what happens? The second thought comes. And again you say that I know. So I know the first thought. It is gone. I know the second thought or a feeling gone. I is constant, that is the knower, and known keeps on changing. Known keeps on changing. Knower remains constant. Where is the problem? Where is the problem? The problem comes, you have to analyze with what talk I gave to you, all the 6 stages of the mind. So when your mind says, where is the problem? Your mind is in the stage 6. But when you say there is a problem, your mind is juggling or struggling with the first 4 stages. So what is the basic thing? That the knower is always separate from the knower. I know you, I am separate from you. I know the donkey, so yes, I know the donkey, then I am not the donkey. Why? Because donkey is separate from me. So I know the thought, deluded thoughts are coming and going, let them come and go, thank you very much. I am not fighting. I am not fighting with the darkness. I already switched on the light. So even if you switch on the light, the temperature of the room is still the same. So that is the step, and now we will go for Mangalacharan. That is the right stage for the Mangalacharan. So we check again. What we check? We check the place, position, and posture. We check the comfort and sensation, comfort and steadiness. We check carefree, knower and the known. So we check the knower and the known. So why? And then we start our journey. So mentally, you can say, mentally, in Sanskrit, you can say, Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. 3 times we did it. Very good. And now, meaning, let everyone be happy. May there be happiness for. So we are not creating happiness. We are looking, searching, exploring within us. That happiness is with the moment your mind sets the tone. Oh, I have to simply recognize it is already there. That was the moment you experienced last week. So that moment should become a constant and a consistent moment in your life. How it comes? By reflection and contemplation. Okay, so happiness. Who is seeking stress, anxiety, duality, and a conflict in his or her life? No one. Who is seeking happiness in their life? Everyone, including the aunt. You touch the aunt, it changes the direction. It does not change the direction because you told the aunt to, because of the fear to survival. Because I was happy moving in a particular direction. What has come? That is an innate desire to be happy. The aunt does not have the cheeks to express and does not have a conscious mind, but all are seeking the same happiness. I'm also seeking the same happiness. Why I'm not able to? The deluded thoughts have created a curtain covering veil. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Who does not need peace? At least, those who manifest their consciousness, including the plants and every animal. So I am also seeking peace. So why should I think if I destroy anxiety, I will be in peace? One option. Second option, recognize the peace within and then ask yourself, where is the anxiety? Where is the upset? Where is the feeling of tiredness? This principle takes long time for people to understand. Why I said so that you should contemplate and reflect on this deeply. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Shanti. Another part of this, our master says the Shanti is like the infinite space. So you want to see the Shanti, let the mind move into the infinite space. That is why I gave you an example. The earth is limited by the Israelis and it became the country Israel. Limited by the Iranians, it became the Iran country, and they are fighting. They are fighting for the same earth. So I want to destroy the anxiety before I will be in peace. Forget about it. Just recognize the peace is within you. Sarvesham, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be wholeness and completeness in all. What is this? It is all a change of perception, my friend. What do you mean? It is so simple, yet it is very challenging. Why it is very challenging? The deluded thoughts, our anxious nature, our impulsive thinking has caused this problem. Now tell me why you are not right. So you see, I'm inside my house in a particular room giving you a lesson. If I say, I'm in Maricopa County giving you a lesson, is it not true? Or, second statement is more true than sitting in the house in a room. Why it is more true? Maricopa County is more true. If Maricopa County does not exist, my house does not exist. Which is what is right, good, and proper. Let us move little deeper. Can I say, yeah, yes, and I'm in Arizona giving you the lesson? Is it not more true than the Maricopa County and room in my house? Now I'm from United States giving you the lesson. Is it not more true? More means that county, that state, that house, that depends on the US. US does not depend on the house in my room. Why we are doing this? To experience the wholeness. That is the pattern of thinking. Moves your mind in the stage 5 in the 6. Let us go little deeper. Just I'm taking the one more point. Am I not sitting on the earth giving you the lesson? It is more true. So as long as I have more right and more true, but I limit myself to the smaller truth, that smaller truth which depends on the higher is false. Water in the mirage depends on the sun and the sunlight, but the sun and the sunlight does not depend on the water. That gives us an experiential knowledge of Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. When there is a peace, I recognize. When there is a wholeness, I recognize. When there is a happiness, I recognize. I'm already in the state of auspiciousness. Auspiciousness. No creation, no production. It is there. But I don't realize and recognize during the days because my mind deluded thinking, stage 1. I have to move to the stage 5 at least to practice and experience. And after that, what will happen? You are already into that state. When? All the time, in all the location, with everyone. Now, having done that, do nothing, just look at the breath. Look at the flow of the breath. Again, you see, I'm making a statement. You will see that I'm expanding your mind. I'm changing your perception. When I said, look at the breath, qualitatively deeper, look at the flow of the breath. Check the flow of the breath. Sometimes we find the flow of the breath is more in one nostril than the other. It's okay. But sometimes when it is equal, you're already into a deeper state of calmness and peace. Oh, if the flow of the breath is equal, yes. So what is the message here? during the day you don't have anxiety, etc., etc., etc. But your flow of the breath is unequal. Make sure anything deluded thought may take over. So what you should do, you keep looking at the flow of the breath. Be aware of the experience. No change in this. So when you continue to be aware of the breath, flowing in and out, feeling those sensations, you will recognize that is one of the best ways to counter those symptoms and experiences manifest because of the deluded mind. Mentally, you're also singing mentally, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes and